Alright guys, welcome back. So in this video we have this equation that x plus 22 divided by y plus 290 divided by xy is equal to 26 minus y divided by x, and we need to find the value of x times y. So let's see what we can do in here. So first of all, to get rid of the fractions that we have in here, we're going to multiply this equation by xy. So from the first one, we will have xy times x plus 22 divided by y. Second one, we have 290 times x times y divided by xy. And on the other side of the equation, we have 26 minus y times xy divided by x. So from the first one, we can cancel out y. Second one, we can cancel out xy, and we'll get rid of the x on the other side of the equation. So what we'll end up having is x times x plus 22 plus 290 is equal to 26 minus y times y, and we're going to just multiply x in these parentheses, and we'll do the same thing for y. So we'll have x squared plus 22x plus 290 is equal to 26y minus y squared. So what we're going to do in here is that we are seeing x squared plus x, and we have y squared and y. The first thing that's going to come to our mind is that we have a plus b squared, which will be a squared plus 2ab plus b squared, or the negative version, which we only have a negative sign in here. So looking at the first one, we see that we can build what we have in here, but obviously this part is missing. But let's just add that part in here in order to make that perfect square. So from the first one, we know if we do the x squared plus 22x, we know this part is 2ab, and that means our b, so a is x in here. So 2b is 22, that means if we have 11 squared in here, we can make that perfect square that we were looking for. So for now, we're just adding 11 squared, and we're going to subtract that 11 squared to get 0, and see where we get with this later. And on the left side, we have also 290, and on the right side, we can factor the negative side, or we can bring them all to the left side of the equation. And if we do that, so let's just write it down in here, minus y squared. We're just going to bring everything on the left side of the equation. So for now in here, we have so far x plus 11 squared. We have minus 11 squared, which we know is 121, plus 290. And we're going to bring the y squared on the left side, so it will be positive, and the 26y will be negative. So now what we are seeing in here is the 2ab again, our a is y, and 2b is 26, which means if we can add 13 cubed and subtract that, that's going to help us to build our perfect square that we were looking for. So what we're going to end up having is we have x plus 11 squared minus 121 plus 290 plus, this is our perfect square, so y, this time we have a negative sign, since there is a negative sign in here, minus 13, and we have minus 13 squared, which is 169, is equal to 0. So now that we made our perfect square from our two expressions with x and y, so we have x plus 11 squared plus y minus 13 squared, and we have 290 minus 169 minus 121 is equal to 0, and we'll see that 169 plus 121 is also 290. So we have 290 minus 290, these two will be cancelled out. And basically what we have is x plus 11 squared plus y minus 13 squared is equal to 0. And let's see how we can solve this equation now. So We know for a fact that perfect squares is always equal or greater than 0. And in order to have the addition of these two terms 0, that means each of them has to be 0 because they cannot be negative, so there is no any other possibilities to get that 0 in here. So if that's the case, basically we have x plus 11 equal to 0, and that means our x is minus 11. And same for the y, we have y minus 13 is equal to 0, which means our y is 13. And that's not over yet. What we were asked to find in this question was x times y, which is basically minus 11 times 13. And for minus 11, we can do minus 10 minus 1 times 13. So we'll have 13 times 1, which will be minus 13 minus 130, which will be minus 143, and that would be the final answer for this question. So yeah, obviously when we are seeing this kind of question, we don't need to freak out because we have only one equation with two unknown. There must be a way to find this multiplication, and we saw that when we built that the perfect squares that we were seeing, we managed to get rid of the 290 in here, and at the end we'll end up with a very simple equation in here where we have two perfect squares, or the addition of two perfect squares equals 0, meaning each of them has to be 0 in order to satisfy this equation. And yeah, let me know if you have any other solution to this one, and feel free to ask any questions that you might have. I'll be happy to answer those in the comment section. You guys take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.